What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another sneaker news video on the channel. And yes, that's right, we're gonna get back into sneaker news heavy on here. So if you want to stay up to date with a lot of the upcoming releases, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that red button down below, and hit that like button as well to help us out in the algorithm. With that said, we have a bunch of January sneaker releases to get into. And yeah, I know we're about 1 week deep into the month. However, there haven't really been that many sneaker releases. So without further ado, let's dive into the sneaker news. And just one small disclaimer in this video, January is typically a pretty weak month for sneaker releases. Things typically tend to heat up during February, especially with All-Star Weekend, you know, the NBA All-Star Weekend, when they do release a lot of heat within like just a 1 weekend window. So if things are looking a little weak in January, that's why you can save your money for February and whatever else comes out this year. And there's a lot of heat coming out this year, so I'll have dedicated sneaker news videos for specific silhouettes like the Jordan 1s or other Jordans in general, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, now let's actually dive into the news. Starting off with today's sneaker release, or the sneaker that released today as I record this video, the Air Jordan 13 Court Purple. This was a sneaker that was set to release in holiday of 2021. However, it got pushed back due to a lot of the delays right now that affect pretty much every single industry. The Court Purple 13s aren't an OG colorway by any means. However, they did sell out really fast. So if you're a Lakers fan, I'm sure this is a sneaker that you might have wanted to cop. And I gotta say, I'm not a huge Jordan 13 fan, but the colorway for this is super simple. You can't really go wrong with this, especially if you're a fan of Court Purple sneakers like the Jordan 1 Court Purple. So if you're going to start the year off strong with a sneaker that could become your daily beater and you don't have to worry about the dirt and grime getting on the upper of the shoe, the Jordan 13 Court Purple is an excellent choice. Now, retail price for these was $190 US, and although they're sold out, I'll leave links down below to a bunch of the sneakers I mentioned in today's video in the description to places like StockX and eBay, so you guys can see what they're currently going for. And I'm also going to provide you guys with some of my resale predictions going into this video and going into a lot more sneaker news, so look out for my predictions. Now, before we dive into a bunch more Air Jordans coming out this month and just a bunch of other brands as well, we do have a bunch of restock news to get into. So there's a couple of things to look out for if you did miss out on the original release. First up, we have the Air Jordan 1 Mid College Gray. Now, to be honest with you guys, I never actually realized these released last year. It is kind of a really good colorway, honestly. If you're a simple man who wants something beige, and there really isn't that much gray on the shoe, it's more of a light bone sneaker, then this is a Jordan 1 Mid that's probably speaking out to you. These originally dropped on November 24 for $120 US, and they're set to restock on January 11th, which is pretty strange because typically we don't have hard like restock dates for Jordan 1 mids and lows, so this might be a sign of things to come in 2022. Next up is a big restock. A lot of people are fiending for these sneakers, especially because the resale prices on these have proven themselves to be pretty strong. We're of course talking about the Air Jordan 1 Low Bred Toe. I did a review of these sneakers on the channel already, so I'll leave that review linked down below, or there's a pop-up card on screen right now, and it is one of the best, if not the best non-OG colorway for a Jordan 1 Low without any sort of hype collaboration on it. If you took an L on the Bred Toe Jordan 1 highs, then this low top is a fantastic alternative. Now, the quality on the shoe isn't that great, it's really subpar, but if you want the shoe for the colorway, for its wearability, then by all means go for it, and best of luck to you on the restock. Now, this is a shoe that is going to absolutely sell out the second it restocks, so if you want a pair, it's not something you have to think about. Just scoop it up, try your best to cop them for retail. Now again, these are slated for January 13th, and this is a confirmed American restock. We don't know for sure if it's an international or Canadian restock, so do keep that in mind, but for my Americans out there, you guys get a second chance. And one more final Jordan 1 mid restock that's happening on January 18th. We had this sort of black, gray, and red colorway. It's a super simple Jordan 1 mid colorway. It's not an OG inspired one, so it's cool to see that they're putting out some really solid colorways that aren't a complete ripoff of the high top counterpart. This is a really solid colorway, and I think if there were going to be Jordan 1 mids that resell in 2022, this is one that's going to maintain its value. This should be the last restock because typically they don't really restock Jordan 1 mids and Jordan 1 lows very often, but because of supply chain issues, it just makes sense that they had to restock these, especially because it's such a simple colorway and it can easily sell out at any Foot Locker or Nike store. So Jordan brand, good for you, keep printing that money. All right, on to some designer drip collaborations. So you guys know all about the Jordan 1 and Dior collaboration that kind of broke the internet, especially with those really high resale and retail price tags. However, there's another designer collab set to release in January. This time we have Prada and Adidas Adidas collaborating on the Adidas Forum High and Forum Low. Adidas and Prada are releasing 4 sneakers in total for this collection, a high top black and a high top white version, and a low top black and a low top white version. So pick your poison, but the retail price on these is expensive. The retail price in the US is going to be $1,120 for the high top version, and if you wanted to save some money, you could always opt for the low top version, going for a measly $820 US. Now, these price tags are probably shocking to the average sneakerhead. This is insanely high, but when it comes to Prada, it just makes sense that they really up the retail price on these, and hopefully the quality on these is outstanding as well and can match that retail price. Now, personally, I'm a huge fan of the shoes. I'm just not really a big fan of that like side bag pouch they include on the shoe. I'll probably take that off if I were to ever get my hands on them. Now, they do look really simple and really clean, so that's why I like them. But when it comes to that retail price, it's a hard pass. I do not want anything to do with that crazy retail price. That's gonna be like at least I can't even. No, it's not happening, Adidas. I'm sorry. That retail is too much. And in terms of resale value, I really don't think these are going to have resale value in terms of like the aftermarket. I don't think Prada has enough clout in the sneaker realm, sneaker game to carry over a high resale. And there really isn't any like celebrity that I know of that is associating themselves with this shoe. I do know that like the Dior Jordan 1s, when they did that campaign, they launched it with Travis Scott as like the model, I believe. So this time Travis Scott's not collaborating on this pair or being showcased as the model, so I wonder who would be. On to some more affordable sneakers, and sneakers that are absolutely going to sell out and absolutely have some resale value. We're talking about the Air Jordan 4 Red Thunder, aka Crimson. That's what Nike's calling it on their website. These are probably going to be the strongest release of January 2022, and in my opinion, yeah, I'd have to agree with that sentiment. The retail price is going to be $190 US and likely to be $245 or $255 Canadian, and the release date is going to be on January 15th. Now, these are a really simple colorway for the Air Jordan 4. If you like bread colorway sneakers that Jordan brand produces, this one is a no-brainer. Now, if you already own the bread cement 4s, these are probably going to be a pass for you. However, if you took an L on those, or if you're just a huge fan of Jordan 4s, this might be a must cop. These aren't an OG colorway by any means. However, I do get OG vibes just because of the black and red theme. I'm glad they didn't opt for any weird kind of materials on these or any sort of like weird details that are kind of unnecessary. This is just a super simple and clean Air Jordan 4 that's bound to sell out. Now, in terms of resale value, because of supply chain issues, there might be restocks of the shoe down the road. So if you want the shoe to wear for yourself, absolutely go for it. However, if you want to resell them, it might be a shoe you want to quick flip, make maybe $30-$40 off of it and get on to the next release. I don't really think this is a shoe that's going to be a really great long-term hold. However, if you do want to make these a long-term hold kind of sneaker, you're definitely going to make more money than that $30 to $40 early, that quick flip. But I think that extra profit might not be worth it, and you might just want to allocate those funds to some other sneakers. On to some Adidas for my Adidas fans out there. We got 2 colorways of the Adidas ZX 8000. We have the Fresh Mint Tea and the Strawberry Latte. Now, these sneakers aren't releasing in a pack together, but they are both releasing on January 20th for a retail price of $120 US, likely $140 to $150 Canadian. Let's start off talking about the Fresh Mint Tea. I think it's a really solid offering from Adidas. It definitely gives me those like Asics and Kith collaboration vibes, just the way the color blocking is done on the shoe. I do like the mixture of gray and green on the shoe. It's not something you see very often, and I don't really think these are going to have much resale value, if any. This is going to be a shoe that's going to probably sit on shelves for a while, and the shoes might even go on sale for 30 to 20% off. Now, on to the Strawberry Latte ZX 8000. I actually prefer this model more than the other colorway I just showed you guys. The color blocking is super clean, super simple. I like the shades of pink that they use on him. The materials look solid, and when it comes to spring, I think this kind of pink color is something that will be very suitable for a lot of people's wardrobes. So if you want either of these ZX 8000 models from Adidas, they're both releasing on January 20th. On to the next Air Jordan, we have a Jordan 5 Low, not something you see too often. These are also going to be releasing on January 20th for a retail price of $165 US. Now, I'm not too big of a fan of the Jordan 5 Low. I think the only Jordan 5 Low I really like would have to be the Chinese New Year ones. However, These ones, they look like a colorway that could have been like a women's or GS size exclusive. So no word if this is an exclusive to women's. It looks like it's going to be a men's release as well. Not something I see that's going to be very popular. I could definitely see these sitting on shelves for a while and have no resale value at all. Maybe even Nike outlet potential. And I gotta just put this out there, why name it Arctic Orange? This shoe does not look orange at all, or maybe I'm just colorblind, but yeah, this looks like a pink shoe to me. On to some general release Nike pairs that will eventually sell out. Recently they actually released a mid or high top version of the Nike Blazer with the jumbo swoosh. The white colorway looks really similar to the off-white Blazer that Nike did with Virgil on the original The 10 release. Now I have seen the jumbo Nike Blazer at a couple of Nike stores in Toronto, however they didn't release a low top version, so now they're finally releasing 3 different colorways for the lows. All of these are also releasing on January 20th, so it looks like January 20 is a really heavy release day for a lot of brands out there. These are going to be releasing for 85 US dollars, probably like 100, 110 Canadian, and they're coming out in 3 different colorways. First up we have this pink colorway with very subtle accents of pink on the swoosh and on the very back heel tab area. We also have an orange colorway which has just the jumbo orange swoosh that is massive. It really sticks out. And then we have the last colorway, which is a simple black and white one. Now I don't expect any of these to have any resale value. If anything, the high top ones that look like the off-whites should have had some resale value, but those don't have resale value either. So if you want to buy these shoes, they're just going to have to go straight to your feet, and I think it's going to be a shoe that eventually sells out, and maybe the pink colorway might hit some outlets. On to some more restock news. We got some Adidas Yeezys restocking for January. We have the Blush 500s. These are slated to restock on January 22nd for a retail price of 200 US dollars, and I'm not sure what the resale prices of these shoes are right now, but if they do have resale value, it's definitely going to take a slight dip. So if you're holding these, definitely want to unload them and sell them while you can. Overall, I gotta say I'm not that excited for the January sneaker releases coming out. I'll probably go after the Crimson 4s if I can try and get them for retail while I'm in America. Definitely something I'm gonna try and do, but February is looking pretty good. We got the Dark Marina Blues, which are definitely gonna sell out. With that said, again, comment down below, hit that like button as well, and subscribe for some more sneaker news, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.